Hello, Jerry Cunningham. This is week 4, and this is homework help video. I'm going to be covering out of Fundamentals of Mathematics, problem 9.4.15. Okay, let me just. Okay, we've been in measurements this week, and now we're looking at multiplications, additions, and division of certain given measurements. So let's just take a look at this one. Okay, the problem we're given here is 4 times 5 feet. They use the abbreviation FT for feet, and 8 inches. Okay, so 4 times 5 foot 8 inches. So remember when we looked at the distributive property, we said A times B plus C. It's the same as A times B plus A times C. It's a funny looking C, but you guys know it's a C because I said that. Now, if we look at this, we might not right off the bat recognize that this is 5 feet plus 8 inches, but it really is. Think about it. When you're measuring something, if it's 5 feet, 8 inches tall, it's like we're talking about 5 feet and 8 inches, okay? So what we can do, there's a couple of different ways we can solve this problem. We can say 4 times 5 feet plus 4 times 8 inches. Now it's very important in these measurement sections that we're doing this week that we remember the units. If we miss or forget units throughout an equation, we could end up with a very strange looking mess at the end of the equation. So let's just take a look at this. 4 times 5 is 20. So this is 20 feet. Plus 4 times 8 is what? 32. That's right. 32 inches. So we basically, that is an acceptable answer. It's 20 feet, 32 inches. But what we need to remember is that when we're talking about multiple units, both feet and inches, that 32 inches has multiple feet in it. So if we think about the, when we talked about position value, when we were talking about even base conversions and those kinds of things, we could think of this as feet and inches, right, as those two columns. And there's a multiplication factor between there of 12. Okay, the difference between one of those columns and the other is 12. So what we want to do in this case, when we're looking at 20 feet, 32 inches, is we need to figure out how many feet are in 32 inches. So we can subtract off 1 foot, which is 12. That gives us, does that give us 20 inches? Okay, we can subtract off another 12. That gives us what, 8 inches. And we won't be able to get any more 12s out of that, right? Once we get down below 12, there's no more feet. So now we have to count back 1, 2 feet. So we need to add 2 feet over to this column. And it becomes 22 feet. And that can be small f. I'm just writing it as a large F. Plus 8 inches. Now, the other way to solve this problem, and it may be easier in some situations we're looking at, to take this other approach, which is to take 4 times 5 feet 8 inches and convert it to the smallest unit of measure here, which is inches. So we would take 5 times 12 plus 8. Okay, 5 times 12 is I think it's 72, but let me make sure. 5 feet is 60 inches, right? I did calculate that out somewhere. Where did I put it? Yeah. So it's 60 inches plus 8 inches. Okay, we're still working inside the parentheses. So now we have 4 times 68 inches. And we want to multiply that out and get 272 inches. And then we want to bring that back to the highest denominant number, like number of feet. So we want to divide that by 12 and get 22 feet, as it turns out, with a remainder of 8 inches, because 12 times 22 equals 264, and when we subtract 264 from 272, we end up with 8 inches. So indeed we get the same answer either way. So we can turn it into a smaller unit of measure, all inches, and multiply it out, or we can do it as separate units of measure and then bring them back together. Okay?